Herkese yeniden merhaba. Bastion bölüm 2 kaldığı yerden tekrar devam ediyor. Hadi bakalım. Abi oyunu bayağı sevdim, sardı ya.
Zolf's travels ain't much compared to what the kids had to go through for all this. The memorial. Here a kid can pay respect to the old world and earn it in kind.
Eğer yanlış anlamadıysam o bir aldığım haritalar var ya. O şeylerle buraya gidip hem görev yapıyorum hem ödül alacağım. Ya da bunlar challenge. Yani diyor ki bana tek bir iyi atışta 10 veya daha fazla düşmanı öldür. 500 kristal kap. Oğlum bak burada tüfek veriyor ama la. Tam bu challenge ya. Bak zaten ilerleme falan demiş. Parça parça ülkeyi onar demiş. Ödül 2000 kristal. 13.000 yapmış. 13.000 istiyor benden. Ben şu an 5395'teyim. Gizli beceriyi nasıl öğreneceğiz onu anlamadım. Bak yalan yok. Bir kere sordu bana ama. Tamam. Dur.
The valediction. Just another one of my sketches. Nothing more.
Tamam.
Words can't express what happened, but they're all I got.
Oğlum şu deliği kapatsaydık lan.
Even since the Ura surrendered to us, the Marshals kept a wary eye on him.
Tony'yi buraya attıktan sonra gelecekmiş. Bak ama doğru mantık, tamam. Bu şart abi. 3 tane şişe yetmiyor. Bunu alacağım. Peki bunları nasıl açıyoruz? Kendi levelle mi açılacak?
If you're feeling low, count on the buttery flavor of our own Bastion bourbon.
Şu pompalı tüfeği geliştirelim abi ya. Çok iş yapıyor.
Anything survives a musket shot ought to be quick work for that blade.
Çok saçma. %50 menzil, %50 eksi %50 yayılma. %35 yayılma. Ha yo. Tamam. Birinde etrafa daha fazla atacağım. Mesela şimdi 45 veya 30 derecelik açıyla mermi atıyorsam şimdi 60 derecelik atacağım. Yani sağma soluma mermi daha çok saçılacak. Ama daha %15 uzağa atamayacağım. Daha yakın atacağım. Burada ise %50 menzil, %50 yayılma diyor. Mermi, yani biraz bak şöyle söyleyeyim. Şu mermiyi daha etrafa yayıyor. Şu biraz sniper'a dönüyor. Tek şeye dönüyor. Slug mermiye dönüyor. Benim için şu daha mantıklı.
You want to tune a scrap musket, you start with the barrel.
Yani etrafa daha fazla vursun. Bana ama hasar lazım ya. Aga bu da çok iyi be. Yani %15 hasar değil ya. Geri tepme daha mantıklı bence. %15 ne aga? 100 vursam 115. Bunu yap %30, %35.
The marshals learned to pack those shells full of fire. That's the Langston River. Used to cut all the way to the wild. Think it was bad then. The Langston River flowed free and wild till the calamity drank it all up. Maybe all that water just grew wings and flew off.
Bunu taştığı alana baksana oğlum. Gerçi daha sonra beğenmezsen değiştirebiliyorsun. Bak o da ayrı bir güzel. Harbi aga ne varsa eskilerde var ya. Vallahi bak 1000 kat daha güzel şu oyun. Biraz hasarı
Banks swarming with windbags.
biraz hasar şöyle iyi olsaydı pompalıda.
They're so bent on finding the core, they hardly notice the kid. Lucky for him, a certain famous ferry barge is still afloat.
Oğlum
Ain't
Lan.
never been safe for swimming.
ah şu düşme var ya düşme. Harbi lan hiç aklıma bak gelmedi o kılıç. Boşa uğraştım o kadar.
Weepin' Nellie. She sends some squirts crying home as she leaves port. Maybe Nellie knows the way to the core. Maybe she can slip right past all the clamor on the coast. Or maybe not. A security skiff pulls up portside. Nellie's just another windbag to those guns. Just then, the windbags notice who she's sailing with. They're pretty steamed about what happened at Cinderbrick. They try to cut her off. try to slow her down. They try to knock her out. Well, Weepin' Nellie tries harder. Try as she might, though, she hits a snag. Kid's gotta help her get untangled. Favors for favors.
Acaba makinalı tüfek var mı?
At least she picked a good spot for a break, 'cause the core's right there.
Aa, onlar niye birbirine giriyorlar?
Then the kid hears an unusual sound, like 100 flapping wings. Peckers. They've been watching his every move. They have their own eyes on the core. But why? Well, kid ain't got time to think it over just yet. He finds Weepin' Nellie raring to go.
Bir dakika, onlar niye bana kalp şey yapıyor?
She's got a special surprise for when the waters get rough. She's gonna need a little help with all them peckers. Traffic things think they're king of the roost now. Rest of us only wish we could fly in times like these. Security skiffs keep on coming starboard side.
Abi şunu atlayabiliyor muyum?
Seem to care what they shoot, as long as they hit something. The windbags getting even better out here. They aim to smash Weepin' Nellie to splinters. Kid almost falls again. They don't know the kid's just trying to help. Or maybe they don't care. Well, it all proves too much for poor Nellie. She's just gotta make one last stop. With the last breath, Nellie gets the kid to solid ground. Solid ground in pecker country. Seems the calamity ain't hurt the peckers' appetites. as a kid. Kid shoes them off, knowing they'll be back. Know how many times kid nearly fell off the barge back there? 3 times. Now, listen close. You should remember this next part. Why go to Prosper Bluff? Used to take an enterprising man or a plain old fool to venture out that far.
Oğlum bunlar niye arada bir bana aşık oluyor ya? Bir aldığım tonikten falan mı alakası var? Onu çözemedim bak.
The city was the most beautiful place in the world. We all knew that. But on the other hand, some folks just yearn to see the things they're told they can't. And that's why you go to Prosper Bluff, ain't it? The other kid hears something he ain't heard in a long while. How's it go again?
Uruk dediği herhalde güvenli başlangıç noktası.
Yeah, that's the one.
O da buraya atacak sanırım ya. Dedim burayı kaçırmayın, belki burada bir şey vardır diye de. O buraya atacak bizi tahminimce. Aa. Tamam işte gene aynı mantık oldu. Şuraya atar diye bekledim de.
Well, no point explaining what happens next, right? Suffice it to say, kid ain't coming home empty-handed. And besides, it's like the song goes.
Aradığımız aşkı bulduk herhalde.
They'll be here before too long. We darn near celebrated when the kid got back, didn't we? Zolf never thought he'd see a fellow her again. We become fast friends. Calamity has that effect on people. But there was more to be done. There was one last core to find. If only I'd known half the secrets of the Calamity were tucked away in that book, I'd have worked to translate it right away. A scientific journal written in Zolf's native tongue. He learned so much from it. Too much.
Pompalıyı bir değiştireceğim bakalım. Bir de diğer farklı nasıl olacak.
Most of the Ura never got a taste of Ceylondia's fine goods, unless they were born and raised in the city like Zia here.
Pompalı bu istediğim şeyi vermedi bana. Bu randıman vermedi bu şekli.
Girl tried to run away from home one time, but the marshals stopped that, didn't they? So many secrets in there and she can't even read it. Her father's own journal.
Yükseltme gerekmiyor değil mi? Gerçi açmıştık. Aslında dur bakayım, para varsa deneyeceğim. Son şeyinde ne var bakalım. Dolum süresi şeyi varsa çok iyi. Çok şey yapıyor çünkü. Attıktan sonra bekletiyor. Böyle seri seri seri atış yaparsam daha iyi.
Kid's surprised when I tell him there's only one core left. I shouldn't have believed it either. Behold the Pantheon.
Ya bunda ama hiç bonus yok bak. Bunu seçersem yaratıklar daha kolay hale gelecek. Daha zayıf hale gelecek. Ama bu sefer bonus şey yok. Bunda en azından XP bonus %10 bak. Ya XP var hem de %10 kristal daha çok çıkıyor. O yüzden boğa daha iyi şimdilik. Şurada ödül vardı.
The Gravers. They are my justice. They seemed unstoppable.
Pompalıya baktık, yoktu. Bura duelloydu. Oraya daha sonra girebiliyorsam gireceğim. Oradan felaket kristal geliyor. Bir dakika, kılıcın şeyi var. Kılıcı yapalım elimizdeki. Yanlış hatırlamıyorsam.
Points just don't get any sharper than that.
Biraz kalkan da yapacağım ya. Kalkan da iş yapıyor şaka maka. Yani oyunda şu an gereksiz gördüğüm bir şey yok neredeyse.
We track the final core beyond the city to the wilds. That's the edge of the wilds, where Jawson and his boys disappeared. The wild unknown. Place can eat a man alive. Place is so raw, even the Calamity couldn't cook it. Not all of it.
Uuu.
No
Ya
one's better than having a slinger pistol in a fight. Having two.
ya reis. Oğlum niye hep şey yaptıktan sonra iyi bir şey buluyorum ben ya? Lan gittik bak. Pompalıyı şey yaptık. Yükselttik. Olana bak.
Savage things lurking at every turn.
Uuu.
Pincushions ain't the worst of it either.
Oğlum çok iyi lan. Ulan kuş.
Pecker's got the core, like they're building a bastion of their own. The welcoming committee scrambles to attention. Didn't expect the kid so soon. They shouldn't have let their guard down. The core's right there, itching to come home. Getting that core was one thing. Getting out's gonna be another. He digs his way out of the clearing, but the wilds won't let him go without a fight. Kid's faster than a slinger with those guns. All too easy to lose one's way out in the wilds. Wallflowers survived the calamity. It toughened them up. Best take it real slow when pincushions are afoot. Slinger Jawson's old outpost is all that's left of him.
Bunların şakası yok aga. A handful of windbag shipments made it out this far.
Jawson's boys left all kinds of stuff out here. Kids roused up half the wilds by now. Gotta keep a sure foot out there.
Oğlum orada ben nereye düştüm lan?
When kid gets the feeling it's being wild. Not by me, by a lunkhead. And lunkheads ain't fond of two-legged animals.
Çok güçlü lan. Bunu arkadan vurmak gerek. Önden şey yapmıyor zırhı. Bunun bir zayıfı olması lazım aga.
Sees a smooth black stone coughed up by the calamity. Be seeing plenty more. Wild green pineapples about the only good thing out here. Hardly any signs of the old Jawson camp. The wilds already reclaimed this place. He's anxious to get back.
Yok, burada daha bakmadığım bir yer var. Oraya da bakacağım. Alt patlar bulduk aga. Boru mu yani? Al işte bak. O şeyin altı patların bir tane yükseltmesi.
Kid takes a last look around, 'cause he ain't coming back. He's been gone a while, so we're worried kid'll end up like old Jawson.
Zaten burada başlamıştık. Şu aşağıyı şey yapmıştım. Aşağı zaten yolun sonuymuş. Hızlı koşma var mı acaba?
After all, he's got the final core. His journey's over, right? Well, no, it ain't. Not by a long shot. Kid knows something's up when we ain't there to give a warm welcome. See, Zolf and I were just wrapping up a heated discussion. Zolf can barely muster the words. The calamity failed, he says, but I will not. And with that, Zolf leaves us here, alone. Zolf cursed the city, cursed the Bastion, cursed me, said he was going home.
Boynumdaki yılan.
When Zolf got through reading that journal, he just snapped. Started smashing up the monument till I tried to stop him. Zolf banged up the monument pretty bad. But there's a way to put her back together. The shards. We're gonna need all of them to nurse the Bastion back to health.
Dört kapasite mi?
Takes a lot of moving pieces to make a dependable sidearm.
Lan yağlı bir şey alacaktık. The city brought the shards to the wilds. Now the kid's gonna bring them back. The less said about Drawson Bog, the better. That place will eat your mind. After Zolf's little episode, Kid sets off in search of shards. First stop, Drawson Bog. You'll get lost in that bog, I told the kid, and I won't be able to guide you back. Well, I let him go. What else could I do? What could any of us do? Zolf put us in a real bind. Hurt the Bastion bad. But the shards can make it better. They're like smaller doses of the core's medicine.
shame the only place to fill that prescription is out here in the wilds. This place is intoxicating. Don't know where he's gone. Might be gone for good for all I know. Wherever he is, somewhere I've never been. Somewhere I never want to go. Kid can't fall, no matter how hard he tries. Dead welcome him with open arms. Kid pops him good. That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a lonesome ghost of a gas fella. What do you say to a kid who's seen too much? I'm Zolf of Ligura. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Now the kid sees something stranger still. Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds peckers, lunkheads, wallflowers, pincushions, vine apples, swamp weeds, ankle gators. Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown. Kid sets foot inside one of Ceylondia's famous watering holes. He has the nerve to flash the shield he stole. He's a petty thief. The security's just can't escape him. it's where the calamity failed. Would you look at what he did to poor old Ronnie, the bartender? Proper story's supposed to start at the beginning. It's so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world's alright, snoozing there on a rock in the sky. He wakes up. I'm just fooling. He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. He sees what's left of Piff, the bull. The gods, they're all undone. He sees what's left of his lifelong friend. His friend, he's come undone too. He sees what's left undone. Thought we'd lost him, but he finally comes to. The shard ain't lost either. Not anymore. Now to find a ticket out of this hole. Kid doubles back just in case he missed something. Bootlickers stick their nasty thorns into his heels. Disgusting things. Ever heard of a lung blossom? It's bigger than the stories say. Hard to get a sure footing in the bog. Breath on that thing, like a scumbag sprung a leak. Say one whiff of lung blossom can make you lose your mind. Well, a kid prunes it it down to size somehow.
Diğer tarafa bir gitsem mi ya? Bir gideyim. Bataklık gibi bir yer vardı ya. Lan niye geçemiyor? Herhalde yol kapandı ya.
Mother only knows what happened in the bog. Kid never much cared to speak of it. A shard is like a poor man's core, but beggars can't be choosers. That's it. A few more shards like that, and we'll be back in business. A single shard can breathe new life into this place.
Acaba bu binaların şeyini mi değiştirecek ya? Yeniden kurma şeyi mi? Öyleyse gerek yok.
The shard's got enough juice to spruce up any of these places.
Düzeltme mi?
The arsenal's complete in case we need protection.
Bu yükseltme neyime yaradı benim şimdi?
Want to stay alive in the wilds? Pack a pair of pistols and a good blade.
Acaba silah sayımı 3'e mi çıkarttı? 4'e mi çıkardı? 3'tü ya. O zaman var ya yanıma bir de pompalı falan alırım ha. Yağlı var mı yağlı? Yağlı olsaydı pompalı tüfeğe şey yapacaktım.
The city tried to use the shards to stake out the wilds. So much for that plan. Rothus Lagoon. Even the brushers stopped going there. Didn't like being eaten. Ankle gators used to roam the wilds, and they nested at Rothus Lagoon. Many a tale folks used to scare their children straight originated here. All kinds of beasts what don't know up from down, still looking about. Only the city's brushers knew their way around the lagoon.
Lan el bombamı geri ver ya.
These beasts, they don't like company. Can't get hasty.
Nereye düştüm lan? Ya delireceğim.
Even the brushers learn to fear this place.
O şey zor ya. Ona bir zırh delici falan bir şey lazım.
They used to think that ankle gators were extinct. Well, they ain't. One of them's been living in the tall grass. They called her Queen Anne. Turns out Queen Anne got a hold of a shard. Ankle gators love shiny things. The lagoon's got plenty of other dangers, of course. Know what smells worse than an ankle gator's breath? The stinkweed. Ain't time for pecker hunting, but the kid can't resist. Can't fight Queen Anne without the proper tools.
Oğlum şu asa mı kılıç mı mızrak?
The brushers use their pikes to keep their distance around here. Now the kid can do the same.
Ya
Sharp sticks make Queen Anne nervous, so she backs off a bit.
Lan bu müzik ne lan? Sünger Bob müziği. Şimdi güzelleşti.
Those pincushions been living off the ankle gator scraps. Kid's got a mean throwing arm. Queen Anne can't fit down some of these narrow paths. Queenie leads the kid into some kind of twisted trap. One bad step in that tall grass and he's Queen Anne's lunch. He holds his ground. Seems the Queen's running out of options. Still no sign of the shard.
Ya kılıcımı geri istiyorum da mızrağı zorunlu verdiğine göre herhalde burada buna mızrak iyi hasar verecek.
The closer you get to an ankle gator's lair, the thicker the tall grass grows. Kid's gotta make a run for it. That old gator's right on his tail.
Ya nasıl aşağı düşüyorsun orada ya? Şu cephanekte el bombasını alayım ya, aklıma iyi geldi bak. Yalnız mızrağın hasarı bayağı iyi ya.
Queen's got one mean bite.
Aga ben buna vuramayacağım. Bu bana vuracaksa iş bayağı sıkıntılı.
Best not to feed the local wildlife.
Yanlış yaptığım ne var burada?
Queenie must have scared a bunch of peckers out of hiding. Ankle gators don't much care for their young. That's why there ain't many around. Want to know how to find an ankle gator lair? You use a kid as bait.
Herhalde bir şimdi başlayacak şey.
Now she's coming for him. She's got nowhere else to go. The shard's sitting in plain view. They say if you run across an ankle gator, you better keep running.
Tamam.
She's starting to get annoyed. And now he's made her mad. Rest in peace, Queen Anne. That was for the brushers.
Buna kim ateş ediyor ya? Abi diğer yerleri gezemedik ya. Umarım gidebiliriz. Bakmadık, çok yer var. Kötü oldu ya. Direkt şeye geldik. Keşke diğer yerlere şey yapsaydım. Gidebilecek miyim? Bakalım. Gidemeyeceğim. Kapalı. İşte bak, bu kötü. Bu eksi bir yan. Abi bırak şurayı baştan sona keşfedeyim ya.
Kid's done what needed to be done. Queen Anne's reign is over. We even got a crown jewel. All that trouble for a single shard. But you know what? It was worth it. Ain't saying much, but that's the greatest forge in all the city.
Ha, şuradaki slotları mı açıyor? Tamam. Aa, o zaman pompalda da şey vardır lan. Mızrak neyin? Acaba?
They said Queen Anne was just a folktale. Now there's living proof she ain't.
palama geri döneyim seri seri. Dur, palanın da o zaman 5 tane özelliği açılması lazım. Aynen bak. Güzel güzel.
That gator's a crazy gal, but so's the gal who promised to look after her.
Bundan alsam mı ki ya? Gerçi bunun dönme şeyi de ama el bombası kullanıyorum artık. Neyse.
The next shard should be farther out there in the wilds. Point Lemaine's Grand Rail once brought the riches of the wild right to our doorstep. Know how Ceylandia became the richest city in the world? 2 words. Point Lemaine. If the wilds could ever be tamed, it was gonna happen right here. But now, the greatest outpost past the city line is nothing but a freak show. The army's triggers once had the place on lockdown.
Tam düştüğümüz yere bak ya. Oğlum sen beni gidin bitirdin lan.
Kid might as well pick up where they left off. Blam! Just like my fighting days. Gun like that can even put the wilds in check.
Abi benim şeyimi geri ver ya.
Point Lemaine seen better days for sure, but it ain't done.
Bu silah değiştirmesi kötü olmuş ya.
Whole place shudders in a fit. The Grand Rail of Point Lemaine. Not only is it still there, it still works. is no longer shipping hides and alloys and spices, but it can give the kid a lift.
Ya
Just as long as he can stay clear of the trouble on the tracks.
delireceğim ya, düşüp duruyoruz aşağı. Abi gitti benim şeylerimi aldı elimden.
Grand rails all grown over with things of calamity chewed up and spat out. Things eager to take back their turf.
Bak işimi nasıl zorlaştırdı var ya.
Kid don't let so much as one of those things slip by. Lunkheads settled in like they own the place. Lunkheads ain't known for their grace.
İyi, kolay defoldu ya, aşağı düştü. Abi şu arsenalı ver. Tabancamı geri istiyorum ya.
Takes fancy footwork on the rail, what with wallflowers, coughing fungus everywhere. Only one way to cure a cough like that.
Lan onlar da boşa gitti ya. Ben bunu Winchester sandım, böyle dıps dıps dıps atacağız. Öyle olsa bir iş yapar. Ya gerçekten aşırı baş belası şu ya.
The place used to be closed off, but now it's split open like a rotten pineapple. Of course, the Grand Rail's seen much more fighting in bygone times. Near on 50 years ago, first shots fired in the Ura-Celandian War.
Abi bir an ver benim şeyimi ya. Ne güzel altı patlarımla ben mutlu mesudum.
It was right here that Zulf's Ura forefathers decided to mix it up.
Silah dediğim böyle olur ya. Dedemin hızında. Buna dokunamıyoruz herhalde.
Okay, so maybe we didn't get their sign off on the whole Grand Rail thing. That was bad. The rail must have shook the Ura to the bone down in those dens of theirs.
Ulan ömrümü yedin lan. Allah'tan her öldüğünde sağlık şişesi veriyor da aldığını geri bir kurtarıyoruz.
Well, the rail won't last much longer now that the kid took the shard. It's still got one good run in store for me. All the rotten wood there on the rails turned it into swamp weed central. Ever tried dancing side to side while holding your breath? While choking on swamp weed? While peckers trying to prick you in the eye? Well, let me tell you, it ain't fun. But then, at last, it's the end of the line. He'll be picking swamp weed out of those brutes for days.
Lan.
Turns out he's got company up at the rail station, waiting for him. Not just another wallflower or pincushion, mind you. At first he thinks it's Zulf.
Kesin o bizim kız, iyi mi? Lan oğlum.
Turns out he's wrong. This is for you, says the man. Then wham! When the kid comes to, the man's long gone, but something else is there. The only words kid recognizes on that parchment are for Zia. Well, what's a kid to do? He took the shard, he took the hit, and he took that note. That note cuts straight to the heart of things, don't it? Finding gourmet ingredients ain't easy these days, but we'll take what we can get. The note says it plain. Zia, go east to learn the truth about the calamity and our people. I'll be waiting. Sincerely, Zulf. Zulf's messenger was one of his people. Wonder just how many of them survived, and what exactly Zulf told him.
Aman karabinem benden uzak dur.
A solid frame can put an extra sting in every slice.
Umarım stekleniyordur. Yani %100 değildir. %200'dür.
It ain't too late to unlock the potential of this place. Just the occasion to crack open the distillery's private reserve.
Bu da büyü atmaya +2 veriyor. Oğlum bu da çok iyi lan. Bu da şey veriyor herhalde. Son bir kez şans veriyor ölüme yakın. Şunu bir alacağım ya. Toplamak zorlaşıyor yoksa kristal. 5'te de şeyi açarım. O ikinci şansı.
Fetching fizz is like a mouthful of nails, but the benefits are worth it. The shards are getting harder to find. No risk of Culford Cauldron ever erupting again, they used to say. Guess they were wrong. Not everything blew up in the calamity. Why, Culford Cauldron here blew up way ahead of its time. The cauldron boiled over some 300 years ago. They say it filled the skies with ash and the lakes with molten rock. If you wanted to survive something like that, you had to learn to adapt. Best to keep out of the cauldron.
Lan nasıl düştün aşağı?
takes a certain stubborn pride to keep on living in a place like this. As for us, we learned an awful lot from Culford Cauldron. That learning led to some interesting inventions. The raw power of the world fell right into our hands.
Ya şu keşke var ya 3 yerine 4 yapsaymış slotu. Yani gene kılıç gitti durduk yere.
Playing with the cauldron's fires became an addiction. Can't fault our people for their natural curiosity now, can you? Sure, we dusted off a good many secrets out here. But we discovered other things we're better off not knowing. The unforgiving scent of sulfurous dirt.
Ya bak bana bir şeyimi bozdu. Kaç tane pot bastım var ya, normalde kılıcım olsa falan düzenimi bozmasa. All sorts of awful things crawling underfoot. You can cook those things, but you can't eat them.
life in all that ash. The more ash we swept aside, the more light we found.
Abi işte bak. Bu sıkıntı. Şimdi her yeri keşfetmek istiyorum ben.
We kept on sifting through the cauldron's secrets anyway. Place as inhospitable as they come.
Ya şuna bak ya.
But still we pressed on. After all, when we look down inside Culver Cauldron, look down through all the smoke and flames.
Şunlar canlanacak, o yüzden bir can basalım.
We saw in there the heart of the world, the heart now laid bare by the calamity. had to have it. As for the kid, he just has to get that shard out of there. Too bad taking that thing woke up every last stink eye from here to Charleston Bog. Kid's thinking he's got to trek all the way back around the cauldron. Luckily, the cauldron cooked up a little shortcut for him. Sure, it ain't the most convenient path.
Oğlum daha yok mu? Ya
Biggest stink eye he's ever seen's waiting for him on the other side. Pops open on him like a pimple on a school day. And where there's one stink eye, there's always more.
burada ne var gidersem?
The cauldron's tenants all gather up to bid the kid a fond farewell. Don't shed any tears for him, though.
Ulan var ya. Baş belası ya, gıcık etti. Lan. Evden şuraya çıkış sandım ya. Tırmanır sandım.
With a good spyglass, you can still see the cauldron from the city. But all the fires died out. There's nothing left of it. It comes back looking like the inside of a chimney. We're all a little short on friends these days, so that's a welcome sight. The shard works like a charm. You can hear the monument's heartbeat again. We need an awful big lost and found under the circumstances.
Aslında burada fena olmaz gibi geliyor ya. El bombası yerine altı patlara yetenek verecek. Daha seri atış yapıyor yani. Bam bam bam bam bam. Hah, gelmiş.
Sure, the world's all gone to pieces farther than the eye can see. But leave it to this gal to point out the amazing view. We could always see the stars. We just never could reach them, no matter how high we built. They said the wild could never be tamed. If only they could see us now.
Oo, oğlum bunun ikisi de çok sıkıntılı lan. Biri %25 hasar, biri %25 hızlı doldurma. İkisi de yani çok iyi. Hasar gidebilirim ya. Zaten hızlı dolduruyor şey.
He's made a right comfortable bed for all those bullets.
Bu bölümün burada sonuna gelelim. Diğer videolarda görüşmek üzere.